Thank you.
Yeah. So as we discussed yesterday, guys, the basic background of Salesforce. Then eventually we discussed about the home and object manager, where most of the development and the configuration lies for us. Then eventually we move to object manager, where we would be having two type of objects, which is a standard object, custom object. A standard where there is no underscore C, and custom where your object will have an postfix called underscore C. So that's where you are able to recognize the custom and the standard objects. And we also saw that while creating objects, we have few points like allow search, allow history tracking, allow chatter, and allow activities. So those are few features which we have to enable. Then apart from that, we also saw that the API name of the object should not have any spaces. So it can have underscore or without underscore. So that also we saw yesterday. We also saw that there are few fields, which I told you that new brand name. So that name field gets auto created as a text. Plus, there are few standard fields which we will see today, which are auto created. Okay. And this step for to create the object was going to setting icon, setup, then object manager, and create object. So we also saw yesterday that how to create a tab also. Like in the object we were creating, there was a checkbox in the bottom, create a tab, open the tab wizard after creation. So we saw that we gave the icon to that tab, like the tab is style, and then the tab name was the object name by default. So that's what we saw. Right. Now, today we will discuss about the sequence ahead. When I say sequence ahead, it means whenever you will be creating an application, what all things are required, okay, and in what sequence. So that is what we are going to see today. So whenever we go for application creation, okay, first you should have object created already. Okay, minimum one object created, minimum one object created. Should have minimum one object created. Okay. Second is, for that object created in first point, it should also have a tab. It should also have tab. So tab is also important. Okay. Then third, you can go ahead and create an application. Okay. And then create application. Okay.
The object created means it's a custom object or by default object.
Yeah, custom object, minimum one custom object, or standards are already there. So if you want to go for the application creation only for a standard object, you can go ahead. Then these two things are not required. If you are going to create the application only for standard object, you don't need these two, because those are already there in the system. Salesforce by default, Salesforce provides it. Okay.
Okay.
Next is creating an application, and after that, once you create the application, you should also create other object if needed. Other objects if needed. Okay. Fifth is create fields. Okay. Create fields for objects if needed. Sixth, uh, design layout. Design layout for objects if needed. These are the sequence you guys will be, even the syllabus will go. Syllabus is going to go in this sequence. Okay. Design, update profiles and permission set. Permission set to enable permission for user. Okay. Then you can design some list views design list views if needed. Okay, so this sequence we will follow basically. So now we are on third step. Okay, we will go ahead and create an application. You have to search in home app. Okay, and you navigate on this. So you go to object manager. There is an option called new lightning app. Okay, this option we use to create our app. This option is used to create a app, but when you want to integrate with third party. Okay, third party in the sense outside Salesforce, then you will be using connected app because that will connect third party to Salesforce. So connected app would be useful at that time. But for now, for application purpose, we will be creating Lightning app. As soon as I clicked on new Lightning app, I get a page where I have to give the app name. Okay. And as we remember, we are going to create a application for the shopping market, or you can say the shopping center. So we will use Zudio as an app name. Okay, we can use any. So as if you guys have seen, I gave it as a Zudio as an app name and developer name auto populated. Okay, so same thing lies here also. Object name you gave and then API name got auto populated. Here also app API name is developer name, and it get, if you see when you eye icon used by the API. Okay, so API name is used by the unique identifier basically. So with this name, you will not be able to create another object. Okay, so that is the developer name. You can give a image. Okay, so you can just download any image, Studio. Image. Okay, you can go to image section. So it's just for giving the logo for your application. Okay, so you will just have an picture. I'm just trying to retrieve it. Yes, it's slow. Let me upload from the system any image. Okay. So let's suppose I'll pick it as okay, one Salesforce logo. Okay, so I have uploaded the image for the logo. Yeah, so this is the logo right now. Okay. And there is always a theme for our, applications. So if you want to use image as a theme, you can check this box. Okay. But if you want to use default, you don't need to change it. This is blue theme, which is given by Salesforce. You will be using it. Then go for next. Clicking next, it should let me to go ahead. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we are able to hear.
Okay.
Yes.
Upon clicking next, we will be able to see what type of app. So application is of two types. Okay. One is standard navigation. Another is console navigation. So there are two type of application. Okay. We will learn about both of them. Standard navigation will have tabs one after other. This is an interview question, guys. What is the standard navigation? What is the difference between standard navigation or console navigation? Okay. And which app is used for Sales Cloud? Which type of app is used for Service Cloud. So standard navigation is like one after the other. Okay, can be used for both Service Cloud and Sales Cloud. Sales and service, both two clouds are there actually. Sales team use a Sales Cloud. Service team, where you want to give a service for your product, they would be using the Service Cloud. Okay, but majorly standard navigation are used for sales team. Okay, but majorly sales team use it. When it comes to console navigation, guys, Service Cloud team use it majorly. Okay, but it's not restricted. But you can, but majorly they use it. The reason being, tabs would be one below the other. Here, one after the other, it would be one below the other. Tab one below other. Okay, and there is something called sub tab. Okay, sub tab are allowed. Sub tabs are allowed. Here, sub tabs are not allowed. So that is only the navigation, the difference. Okay, I will show you guys both, but for now we will be creating standard navigation app. And this is like, you want to create the app for desktop and phone, or desktop or phone. So I want to create for both. So I'm creating this. So the same application, you can use it in your phone as well. Okay. This asks for setup experience. Okay. Service setup is for Service Cloud. Setup is for both. Like from here, you can even navigate on Service Cloud also. So we will use a setup. There's no interview question on this. So you just have to follow standard navigation, desktop and phone, next. Okay, you have to be very quick on this part. That's fine. Utility icons. So utility is nothing but the taskbar. Like you have the taskbar in your system. Similarly, Salesforce can also have the taskbar. So in taskbar, what all things you want to add, that's what you can add it here. Okay. So if I see, there are multiple options here. I'll use a history as one option. I want to see the history. Okay, history in the sense, whatever I'm doing, I want to see the history of it. So that is a utility item. Okay, you can add more utility items. There are enormous number of, like, report, rich text, some text you want to show. Okay, notes, if you want some notes, and list views, we will understand what is list views. Flows, we will understand later what is flows. Okay, those are used for automation. We will understand that. But yeah, just a basic understanding, keep it a basic understanding that utility bar is nothing but a kind of taskbar. Okay, for Salesforce. Now clicking next. This is a main page, guys. It will ask for what all tabs you want to make sure those are appearing on your application. So since we are creating the Zudio app, so we need our brand app. So we created as a new brand, right? See, you have the new brand. Why we have it? We have created a tab for this. Remember, guys, if you don't create a tab, you won't be able to see your object here. I repeat, if you guys won't create a tab for your application, you won't be able to see it here. Okay, any question? So you have added the tab. Okay, now you will click on next. Okay, so now if you see, next page is a profile. So you can add which profile should have access to this application. When I say profile, it means that no other user having that profile can access this. Profile is nothing, guys, but it is a persona. Persona means users who would be using the Salesforce system. So let's suppose a contract manager. Maybe some contract manager is there. You don't want to show him, don't add it. Okay. You only want to show it for system admin for now. No one else. Just add system admin, save and finish. That's all. That was the last step. Okay. Give the name of app. Okay. Select the type of app. Give the tabs, sorry, utility items, which all utility items you want. Gave the tabs, which all tab you want to show on your app. Then last is profile. So these 5 steps help you to create your application. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? All the app which is created, you would be able to see them here. So these are given by Salesforce, and the one which we created is present in the last with the name Zudio. Okay. As I told you last time, guys, Classic is nothing but, you remember, right? Salesforce previously used to work in Classic environment. So that's what the Classic means. Okay. Lightning means currently, whatever you guys are working in. Connected means application which was created for interacting third party to Salesforce. Okay, so that like YouTube can send data to Salesforce. Simple example. Let's suppose LinkedIn can send data to Salesforce. Like they want to create some record in Salesforce, automatically they can do that with the help of connected app. Okay, now once your app is created, you should be able to see that in App Launcher. So these 9 dots, it's something which you guys will start learning from today. 9 dots is also called as App Launcher. Here you will be able to see your application which you guys have created. Okay. Application plus tabs also. Like you created new brand tab, right? You see new brand is appearing in items. So items is nothing but the tabs. If you want to see your application, Zudio, you see you guys able to that get it in app section. Okay, click on it, you would be able to see your application. So far, any question, guys? So once you open that particular application, you would be navigated on UI, and UI is nothing but where the actual user works, basically. Okay, so if you guys see, your app is here, you have your logo on the top. Okay, you have your tab. So here the tab will appear, guys. Okay, on this bar. So you have only one, so you are seeing only one. Okay, you have a new button here to create data. I would say in Salesforce, we say it as a record. You have a new button to create a record in the new brand object. Okay. Okay, let's suppose brand name is H&M. I created a new record. As soon as I saved it, I navigated on the new record. So that's how, and this is a UI, okay, where user will be able to see, okay, what is the name, who is the owner, who created it, who modified it, and all that. Okay, if you want to go back, click on this. As soon as you click on the middle of this, middle or anywhere, just don't click on arrow. Arrow will give you an option to create again new record, give the existing, open the list view. So if you click on the middle, you will be able to definitely navigate on the page where you will be able to see all the records. Okay, these are list views which we will learn. Okay, I told you, right? List views, this one 8th. So this is that list view. I told you guys the layout. So these field which you see 4 field here, right? Brand name created by and last modified. Those would be updated by layout. Okay. To create more fields, you will be using field creation. We will be getting it. Okay. Object you guys already know. Profile permission sets, we are keep seeing. Okay. Profile, system admin profile, contract manager. Okay. Standard user, we saw already. So we will learn about them. Okay. So far, any doubt, guys? We just created a tab which has an object called new brand, and that object has a data which we created, this one. So far we have learned object creation, tab creation, application creation. Okay, any doubt, guys? I take it
No.
as no. So now I will guys
So
teach you.
one
Mhm,
question, like
mhm.
we have created the application, right? So front end side, how it's look
That's
from the
how
back end we have created.
you guys can see my screen, right?
Hmm.
So this is the front end. You have your logo here. You have your app name here. You have your tab or the object which you created here. And in that tab or object, you will be able to see the entries. Entries in the sense data entries where the data was created. Okay. So it is like a database basically, guys. It will store the data for your complete application, and you can retrieve the data in different ways. You can see, you can customize your data on the UI in different ways. You can take an action. When I say action, you can edit pencil icon, you can edit the name. Okay. You can even create some details from here also, like new contact, different object record from here only. This is also different object record. So these are a few features you will get, okay, or you can even remove these features, okay. So this is the front end basically. So everything is in web-based application. You don't need an external application. You just have to open it from 9 dots. This is app launcher, guys. From here, search your app, open it. This is for admin, okay. But when it comes to the actual user, they will not see the backend at all. They will directly come on this page. That's the difference for the system admin and the other users.
Okay, so that thing I want to see. Like, is it possible to end user page we can see?
Yeah. So let's go to creation of user wizard. Okay.
Mhm.
You guys saw I created, click on the setting icon. I clicked on the setup. Now I'm going to the backend because I have to create a user. Okay. I came to the backend. Now, if you guys see it here, there is an option called user. Okay. On I end, I went to create. I have an option called user. Click on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to create a user in Salesforce. Previously, you guys saw that you were able to create the user from external Google page. Okay. Like you went here.
Right.
Okay. From here, you got a separate screen. From there, you created a user. Okay. Now from Salesforce, you can also create a user. Okay. For your colleague. But your colleague would be able to log into this Salesforce only, not the one which Kurnar or Shravan has created for them. So wherever you create a user, it will be applicable for that org only. Okay. So let me create a user, Shravan. Then I'll give him a 1 second. Shravan K. Shravan, can you share your email address?
Shravank339@gmail.com.
Okay.
SHRAVAN.
Shravan 339.
K. K.
Shravan K.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
339
Mm-hmm.
at gmail.com.
Okay. One more thing, guys, you have to remember the user which you are creating should not be already existing in Salesforce. Let's suppose with this name, this username, if user is already there, I will get an error. Okay. So guys, whenever you create a user, remember these red mark are the one which are required fields. Okay. You have to fill these red mark fields. Okay. And so last time you have to put alias auto comes. Okay. Email, once ever you put an email, it will automatically update the username. Nickname automatically comes. Okay. Then comes the role. A role is an optional. You want to give it or don't give it. That's fine. But okay, by default, it's a non-specified as a role because it's like a mandatory, right? It's taking non-specified. Okay. Any doubt, guys? So this role is something which, which role are you at? Okay. Let's suppose you are a CEO. It means you can understand every, user under you. Like you can able to see all the records for the COO, director, whoever these people have created it. So CEO can see everything. Let's suppose you are a director, then you cannot see the top level roles records. Like if CEO has created the brand, you will not be able to see. So that's where the use of role comes into the picture. Okay. Second is license. Okay. As you know, license drives the accessibilities. Okay. The same thing comes here. Like if you have a driving license, so what all things you can drive, the same thing comes in here also. So these are the Salesforce license, which are free right now, given to you guys. Okay. So these free license can be, utilized for your local org only. Okay. But when it comes to bigger org like Salesforce company, which has provided the org, it will have a more license for the companies. Like they will have 10, 12 license. Okay. Based on the payment basically, but how much you will pay, they will give that much license. So most powerful license in the Salesforce is Salesforce. This one. It has system admin level permissions, guys. Okay. Other are like for chatting purpose, for website. Normal, you can use an identity profile, partner app creation. So like there are few more, okay, subscription based application. For them, you will be using this. For integration, you will be using different user. Similarly, for platform means using the application. So you can use this. So for us, we will use this. And this Salesforce standard platform user would be the profile. So as I told, license drive the permission. So if you change the license to Salesforce, you will get different profiles like system administrator also. If you change it to identity, you will get identity user, this single profile. If you change the app creation, similarly, you get it for this. Integration, you get this. So that's how license is driving your permissions, guys. Okay. But these are the mandatory. You have to select user license and profile. And profile is depend upon the user license. So these two things you have to keep in mind: license, profile. Profile handles the permissions for the user, Shravan, what all he will be able to do it. Role defines the visibility. Okay, what all things Shravan will be able to see it. Okay, once you fill this, other checkboxes are not mandatory. Okay, and you don't need to learn about them right now. When you will be going ahead, then you will learn it. Here, your time zone is there. So you want to select your time zone, you can select it. Okay. If you want to send some approval request, okay, you can select this, but by default, let it be. You don't need to select anything else. Generate password. This is a checkbox. You have to make sure you check it. Okay. This will help you to create a password. So as soon as you select save, Shravan will receive the password because of this checkbox. If you don't check it, Shravan will not receive the link for a password. Okay, so that's the difference. You click on save. Then if you see Shravan user has been created. Okay, Shravan, you would have received an email for resetting the password. Guys, any doubt in creating user, you can reset the password if needed. You can even freeze means stop a user from logging in for some time from freeze button. These are the button. You can edit the details from here. Share means you can share this record with another user. Okay. When I say share, let's suppose Kunal is working in one company, not one company, the same company, and even Shravan is working. So Shravan can share this record with Kunal, Kunal can share the record with Shravan, so that they have the access to this record. Okay. I repeat, there is a access if needed for the record. They can manually share that record with each other based on the requirement. So this is the way where we create user. And there is another way to create user. You saw, right? From home, you went to create and then you click user. So there is another way is you directly search in the home user. You go to the user option. Okay. If you see here also new user button is there. Okay. Now here you will be able to see all the user, whoever is created. Okay. In your org. So these are the 6 user. Among 6, this is inactive. Harinder is inactive. Inactive means he will not be able to log into Salesforce. Only active user can log in. Remember this, guys. Okay. And so that is all about this. Okay. You can create user, you can see user going to this. You can reset the password for any of them. Okay. So when you will be joining a company, you guys would be doing this user creation, resetting the password. This would be also your job role if you are an admin or developer. Okay. And having said that, Shravan, did you receive the password email?
Yeah, I received it.
Okay. Do your password reset. So right now, Shravan will do a password reset and he will log in and he will share his screen. Shravan, you can share your screen. We will guide you. But yeah, till today we will learn this much, that how to create user, and then how can you see the users, how can you have the buttons like reset password, what the use of freeze. Freeze will stop a user to log in for time being. Shravan, you can share your screen.
Yeah, one moment.
So guys, Shravan has logged in right now, and he has logged in as a profile which we assigned him as a platform. Okay. So if you want to see and double confirm, you go to Fox icon, click on the Shravan name, you go to user detail, and you should be able to see whatever the way user we created, the same details you will be able to see for user. If you see here, platform, the same things we gave at our end. So that's how the user can be created from one place to another. Now here, if you guys remember Zudio app, which we created, we did not give him a permission. Okay. If you see here, he is not able to see it. Okay. He only has a CPQ, Salesforce CPQ application. That's all. So he can only see this. Okay. And he can only navigate on this. That's all. So that's how the user personas varies. Okay. What user can see. So similarly, if you want to remove the permission for Shravan to even this icon, setting icon, you can even remove that. Okay. So whatever permission you want to give, so he has very limited. You don't have the permission same as admin at all. Okay. So that's where things changes. Okay, for users. Okay. So yeah, that's all we will
Okay.
learn today, guys. I'll stop the recording and we can take the questions.